take. If all goes well, you'll then need to that's you can be if that and
floating carriers.
-61. Have I ever really loved someone? Do I deserve what I've got? Now
Sam, there's another porter here. Since you brought this site onto the chiral network, perhaps they thought they could make use of the additional data to make a safe run. Want to go and say hello?
What is it that I've become?
Thank God.
-61. Now the water level rises high in my cold paradise. Men sit in circles and talk numbers I never really liked.
Keep on. Hey, mine's
the way
heavier.
they think of life as some kind of gamble and watch the city drown. Where is it that I belong?
Well done. Very good, Sam. Now all you have to do is load the extracted material.
-61. ever really loved someone? Do I deserve what I've got? Now the great system's turned to traps and the fear is switching sides. I own $1 million worth of stock, but I still won't sleep at night. What is it that I've become? -61. Now the water level.
Did you actually manage to... With it back up and running, you'll be able to Right, Would you look at all this? I think it's safe to say we'll have nothing to worry about for a while. Found some of our missing stuff, did you? We've made some great strides in our research thanks to you. If it's alright, we'd like you to have this. Just wanted to let you know that we're increasing the amount of materials you can withdraw.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Here's a little something extra. I got them just for you. They sure weren't easy to come by. A real... We really, at the risk of stating the obvious, it's gonna take an awful lot, but at least that's gonna go a long... We can fabricate pickup off-roaders now, by the way. Sure. The monorail network was extensive and once stretched across a good chunk of Australia's coastline. But repeated exposure to timefall has seen... And with the constant threat of BTs and armed groups, it's... If you happen to come across a track layer, be sure to feed it any material, even a small... Anyway...
You managed to save the day. The people here now have more than enough. They should be able to prepare cargo for the... But first, I have some... Return to the DHV...
Order complete. Well done.
Cold paradise, where men sit in circles and talk numbers. I never really liked the way they think of life as some kind of gamble and watch the city drown. Where is it that I belong?
Hey, Sam. How's it going? I have updates for you, if you have time.
I take it you've learned more about Lou?
We followed up on the message Deadman left for you at the lab. About how there was another BB-28, not Lou, who, according to the records, was decommissioned 4 years ago. The first time you and Lou met was about 2 years ago now, when you were entrusted with a BB previously issued to Bridges Corp's disposal. And together, the two of you made it all the way across North America.
Deadman and everyone else at Bridges, they all called Lou BB-28.
Right. Because that was Lou's serial number. You see, we found the records for the BB storage facility. By cross-referencing the data, we confirmed that after BB-28 was decommissioned 4 years ago, Lou was assigned the same designation and placed into storage.
So what you're telling me is that instead of getting a new serial number, Lou inherited an old one?
As for Lou's mother, following the C-section, it seems she passed away. And that, pretty much, is the extent of our recent discoveries. Without a still mother to provide support, it makes sense that Lou was kept in reserve. But we still have no idea who approved the serial number reassignment, much less why they did it.
Higgs said there were things I didn't know. Maybe this is what he was talking about.
I think it could be.
I want to know everything about Lou.
You're playing his game, Sam. Chasing after the past is what Higgs wants you to do.
I need to know where Lou came from. I have to know.
If you're sure, Sam, I'll keep digging. In the meantime, you should get plenty of rest before your next mission.
Seems Tarman decided to leave a few books for you. Right there, by your bed. Reading is a wonderful way to take your mind off things. Trust me. That's Tarman's son. He must have placed a photograph in here for safekeeping. This is an important memento. Why don't we go and take it to him?
I found this picture in your book. Is this your son?
Yes. He's still out there somewhere, borne along on the currents, with this right hand of mine. It's due to my connection with said missing piece that I can read the movements of the tar. Something akin to a phantom pain. Do you want to hear the story?
Sure.
I was both a medical doctor and a geophysics researcher once upon a time. In those days, the tar currents were a key focus of mine. This ship was originally built to facilitate my studies, in fact. The deep tar hunting vessel Magellan, we named it. A ship perfectly suited to pursuing the creatures that thrive in the tar's depths. Another avenue of research, you might say. We called them chiral mammals, for lack of a better name. Seemed like the closest fit. Reckoned if we caught one, we could figure out all the mysteries. The tar, the tides, hell, maybe even the stranding.
Whoa, she's a big one.
Dip yourself in, son.
Tar's looking calm. I'll be fine, Pop. You seeing this? I think she's pregnant. Hey, Pop. This is weird.
Storm! Just like that, the tar took my boy, and my hand along with him. At first, I thought this little guy was my son reborn.
If I may ask a question, the hunters that attacked you after you caught the chiral mammal, are you sure they came from within the creature's womb?
Yes. That said, I'm not of the opinion that the hunters were its offspring.
Its womb merely served as a gateway to the other side.
Indeed. The tar and the beach are connected.
Moby Dick, or The Whale, seems to be one of Tarman's favorite novels. As the name suggests, it's a story about a white sperm whale named Moby Dick. Captain Ahab, one of the main characters, uses a prosthetic leg made of whalebone to replace the one Moby Dick took long ago. He's obsessed with getting revenge against the whale, which he hates with a terrible passion, all while nursing the phantom pain of his lost leg. In the end, Ahab fails to exact vengeance on his foe and is dragged into the sea. His crew's only survivor is Ishmael, the book's narrator. He was rescued after clinging desperately to a coffin-shaped life buoy. That's right, a coffin was his savior. Ironic, isn't it? How you use a thing makes all the difference.
Extraction was successful. It was transferred to a sterilized pod and sent to a separate facility.
Ready to proceed with corpse disposal? 1.
Sam, your next destination is the Northern Environmental Observatory. Like its Western counterpart, this observatory is a critical facility that will help us to monitor the changes taking place in the Australian environment. To bring it online, you'll have to navigate the canyon to the northeast, but before that, you'll need to link up another site en route.
Sam, the next site we want you to link up is called Rainbow Valley. Once the network connection has been established, they'll be joining us on the DH. I recruited them myself when we first... You can pick up the order from the... I'm looking forward to seeing you both.
creation. Delivery route finalized. Vehicle customization service.
Order accepted. Thank you.
It's an honor to... I'm surprised how good this cargo looks. Great job, Sam. We'll be hoping to see more of you in the future. The next step involves the Cupid.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
The connection looks strong and steady to me. That cargo you brought along is going to make a world of difference, too. It'll allow us... Hopefully, no more towns will have to suffer the fate of the one down below us. Oh. I suspect you'll find... Try it out. You probably passed the town I mentioned on your way up. At a glance, it might have looked like nothing more than a cluster of men, but those were once buildings. As the desert kept creeping closer, the town was abandoned. They'd been forced to evacuate. Still, at least the exodus went to plan. Thank you and Drawbridge have helped ensure that these lands will one day be filled with life. In particular, that comrade of yours has performed absolutely. If you're looking to link up with them, you'll find them in the ravine on the other side of the river. Come back and visit.
Right. Time to meet up with our comrade. Let's see.
Disengaging weapons restrictions.
Might there be somewhere we can cross more easily?
Just like the guy whose feet are too big for his bed, nothing seems to fit. Those raindrops are falling on my head, they keep falling. So I just did me some talking to the sun, and I said I didn't like the way he got things done, sleeping on the job. Those raindrops are falling on my head, they keep falling. But there's one thing I know, the blues they send to meet me won't defeat me. It won't be long till happiness steps up that doesn't mean my eyes will soon be turning red. Crying is not for me, 'cause I'm never gonna stop the rain by complaining, because I'm free. Nothing's worrying me.
I think I spooked her.
I really couldn't say. I certainly haven't ever seen her dance like that before.
It won't be long till happiness steps up to greet me.
Go on, Sam. Follow her into that facility.
Thanks for coming, Sam. I'm sorry about just now. I didn't know who you were at first.
You're the picture of health, Rainey.
You too, little man.
You had some kind of a trick for dealing with time fall?
Rainey, it's been too long.
Fragile.
Can't wait to see you again.
What are we waiting for, Sam? Let's head to the DHV Magellan. Fragile. Hi.
Hi. Nice to meet the old-fashioned way. Carograms are great, but nothing beats a hug. Well, I'm sure you already know. This is Rainey. She's a good friend of the cause.
It really is a pleasure to meet you, Sam.
Nice to meet you too.
Glad to see you in good health.
And it's so good to see you all again.
assignment. You can find the relevant main order by accessing the delivery terminal in Rainbow Valley. Requires you to recover an escaped kangaroo. Seems the bushland area it hopped off to is one where the chiral did. This is a ticking clock situation, except... Hey Sam, since this is your first order involving the capture and preservation of animals, the kangaroo is somewhere in this area. Once you've arrived, use your Odra. You can transport the kangaroo in your standard issue animal. Get close enough to the kangaroo and deploy. It will be a bulky piece of cargo, but you should be able to carry it on. However, you will need to traverse some heavily wooded mountains as well as rivers, and bear this in mind when... All right, time to proceed.
Delivery route finalized.
Order accepted. Thank you.
We have a situation, Sam. I'm tracking a fresh bushfire near the injured kangaroo's location. Clock's ticking. Secure the poor little bugger ASAP and bring the shelter onto the chiral network. Once the DHV Magellan can join you on site, we'll see what we can do about that fire.
Look out, Sam! Fire! We need to get away from here as quickly as possible. Over there, I see the kangaroo. Get close enough to put it in an animal carrier for transport. All right, time to make our getaway. Marked as a dangerous location on your map, sir. We could get trapped here by the bushfire. Let's keep moving to ensure that doesn't happen. Still not sure how we survived that. Anyway, we have a Cupid to connect, right?
Credentials verified. Welcome, Sam. Security measures lifted. What?
We've heard all about... Go ahead and...
Don't worry about the fire. Rainey will put it out for us.
Tell me, though, who is she exactly?
Must be about 6 months now, since I first heard about the girl who brought the ring.
Whenever I stepped outside, the timefall came. There was nothing that I could do to make it stop. And they hated me for it. Including my parents, who told me to leave. I was the witch who brought the timefall. A monster to be locked up in a cage. A few even tried to burn me alive. The most dedicated witch hunters. I struck out on my own. I was alone for so long. In desperation, I enrolled in a special UCA program. Hoping to find purpose as a mother.
Hi there. You're safe.
But even after I got pregnant, I still couldn't find anyone willing to take me in.
I'm sorry.
No.
We need to leave right now.
Please.
God, get out of here!
No one wanted anything to do with me. All they saw was a witch, to be hated and feared. Until that day.
I'm so sorry. Hey there. You're Rainy, aren't you?
Who's asking?
Someone who's been looking for you. For you and your power.
You want my power? Why?
You're a pharmacon. Medicine that can harm, poison that can heal. It's all in how you use it. Want to come work for me? I believe you can save the world.
You do?
There are things only you can accomplish.
Only me. Really?
Really. Time's fragile. And I'm happy we could finally meet. I'm here for you. For both of you. I'll be your umbrella. And together we'll show the world the hope in your reign. Come on. Who wouldn't want the baby to catch a cold? Come on.
Is even more amazing than we'd heard. Thanks to everything you've done for us, the animals are unharmed and the facilities are holding up just fine. It's a wonderful relief. The kangaroo seems to be good and healthy. Nothing to worry about. I can't believe you found this. We'd all but given up hope. I hope you'll continue to work with us.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
The kangaroo you rescued seems to be... Oh, she's so very special to us, and once she's had a bit more time to recuperate, we'll move her to the reserve next door where you can visit anytime you like. By the way, we've uploaded our decoy hologrenade data. You can trigger it remotely once thrown. It might just save your life if you run afoul of any trouble. Well, we first found her in an... How wild animals are affected by prolonged exposure is something we still don't understand completely. But it's thought this may be a key factor in how chiral creatures come into existence. So, you can see why our wee girl would be... Cheers, Sam. At this rate, we're poised to lose so many native species that predate the Death Stranding. And once they're gone, there's no gap between the bushfires caused by chiral cinders and animals behaving strangely and getting hurt. But I've heard that these environmental anomalies might be resolved once and for all when Australia... So I've got high expectations. Speaking of which, how would you... It'd be a simple matter of capturing any wild animals you see out on their own and bringing them to... Even a few would make it...
Well done, sir. Return to the DH. I'd like to tell you a little bit more about...
Order completed. Well done.
Disengaging weapons restrictions.
Thank you, guys. This one's for you.
And just like the guy who speaks...
When she's outside, Rainey's constantly surrounded by timefall. But within a 1.5-meter radius of her body, a different kind of precipitation is observed. We call it core fall. Anything it touches is restored to an earlier state. In other words, it has the power to heal and repair, to counteract timefall's effects. Sadly, people only see the timefall, and not the remarkable woman standing in the eye of the storm. Still no signs of growth?
I should be due any day now. If things were normal, that is. But the baby's still stuck at 7 months.
She has still baby syndrome. Have you ever heard of it?
I met a few preppers in Mexico that had something like that.
They're not isolated cases. It seems to be happening everywhere. Though who knows if it's a syndrome or a symptom of something else.
Simply put, the fetus stops growing at about 7 months. To be clear, it doesn't die, but it no longer moves, as if it's frozen in time. Several treatments, including C-sections, have been attempted. Unfortunately, removal from the womb invariably results in death. And while not all pregnancies are affected, it's yet another contributing factor to the already low birth rate. The Genetic Diversity Conservation Initiative just isn't enough to compensate.
You got any idea what's causing it?
There's speculation that it's due to an imbalance in the beach itself. I'm sure it's been explained to you before that countless individual beaches exist, a multiverse of beaches, so to speak, and that they are all governed by an upper beach on a higher plane. Expansion of the chiral network to cover the whole UCA may have inadvertently disrupted the link to that beach. Or so they think.
BB units were also 7-month-old fetuses. So it's not hard to believe that the beach might very well influence the unborn.
While I can offer you no concrete answer, I can state that the plan to extend the chiral network into the Australian continent, to take it worldwide, is also intended to help restore balance to the aforementioned upper beach. And in doing so, it is possible that we may resolve the issue of still baby syndrome.
Unfortunately, no nearby facilities have the capacity to prepare the cargo. So it's going to be a long-distance delivery from West Fort Knott instead. Moreover, this request requires you to transport a large quantity of cargo. Careful consideration will need to be given to your route. Access the delivery terminal. Oh, and the DHB. Just open your ring terminal and select...
Sam, it's Charlie. I'm pleased to inform you that you can now use the map on your ring terminal to check the weather for. We utilize information provided by Rainey, as well as local historical data to make predictions. Take them into consideration when plotting your routes.
Commencing route creation. Delivery route finalized. Commencing route creation. Delivery route finalized.
Order accepted. Thank you.
Sam, Tarman here. A short while ago, the tar currents became incredibly unstable. It's gotten so bad that the DHV Magellan can't travel safely. We're still looking into what might have caused this, and we'll be in touch the second we know more.
-61. Have I ever really loved someone? Do I deserve what I've got? Now the crazy system's turned into traps and the fear is switching sides. I own $1 million worth of stuff, but I still won't sleep at night. What is it that I've become? -61. Now the water level rises high in my cold paradise, where men sit in circles and talk numbers I never really liked. The way they think of life as some kind of gamble and watch the city drown. Where is it that I belong? Now the wind cuts the leaves like a knife, and the sun is out of sight. I see the world they built to lose at the trial, what is left and what is right. I made the worst mistake one can make, pretending and playing blind. What is it I'm trying to find? There was a time when I consistent in the madness, forgetting what we sold. I tell you over, men are breaking.
Hydration recommended.
Don't waste your life observing disorder. Just a little bit more. There is no time to grieve. The sun, take every chance of joy that you can find. It's all we have to survive this world. Don't find excuses for your anger. You're drowning in sorrow. When all the
Good evening, Sam.
Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted inside
So
facility
you are
grounds.
this burden is hiding the meaning of it all. How beautiful this life can be. You don't have to grow. Don't waste your life respecting the ruler. There is no time you need to run. Take every chance of joy that you can find.
Let's get this cargo. Everything inside seems A-okay to me. What a relief. I hope you'll continue to support us in the days ahead. All right. Can you connect your Cupid to our facility?
Now displaying your current order grade.
And now we're finally connected to the chiral network. This should make our jobs... And to make your job easier, I've gone ahead and shared data for... Oh, right. I'll... Introducing the blood boom. Throw it properly, and it'll come right back to your hand. It's a reuse. Folds up nicely, too, so you'll find it's especially effective against BTs. So, with the aid of your network, which we need since the brigands out west have rapidly improved their arsenal in recent days. Honestly, you couldn't have gotten here. As the chiral network has expanded, this has led the brigands to conclude that the network itself is responsible for the worsening state of the world, which is why they're opposed to its expansion. But it's not like we can sit back and do nothing. If we don't try to improve things, humanity's doomed to go extinct. We appreciate the help. The tar currents. Let's both keep...
That was Thanks to you, the better part of the western continent has Now it's time for you to head north and continue to... It is imperative that you connect all of Australia, stabilizing the environment and eliminating the remaining anomalies. There will be challenges, of course. I expect more great...
Sam, we believe that we finally determined the location of whatever's thrown the chiralium levels there are pretty high, though. I hate to ask, but would you mind? I've sent you... We're count...
does it, Sam? Where are we? The spirits of the dead are close. Heads up, Sam. It's not safe. They're not human. Don't underestimate them. Wait, are they trying to lay a trap for us? The older deck is reacting to something. We should keep an eye on it and proceed with caution. There's too many. You can't handle them all by yourself. But maybe you can split them up. Take them one by one. escapes. Up into that tower. He's too quick. Must have gone up to the roof. Did he say Nirvana? Is he implying this is some sort of realm for the enlightened?
You're right.
It's her, isn't it? The girl from before? I have no idea what just happened, but we should probably take her back to the DHV Magellan, hmm?
Now displaying your current porter grade.
How's it going, Sam? You look better already. That's a relief. While you were recovering, we managed to learn a few things about our mystery girl. When you feel up to it, come to the room next door. Don't push yourself. Take your time.
Come on.
You're okay. Come on. Careful, careful.
Come on.
Careful.
Come down.
You got it?
Come on. This is what happens when she has nightmares, it seems.
There are those who connect with the beach during REM sleep, allowing a tremendous amount of chiralium to flow into their bodies.
Hey, is your wrist gonna be okay?
Yeah. We ran some blood and DNA tests on her. And checked her for signs of injury.
As far as we can tell from a medical perspective, her health is in perfect condition. But that doesn't make the chrysaloid shell in which we found her any less troubling. Not to mention the tar-like fluid that came pouring out of it. We're still analyzing both. And there's more.
You mean those suckers?
Indeed. But that's not what I'd call them. Much closer to a chiral rash, I would say. You know how chiral allergies... and sometimes trigger goosebumps? It's like that, except a fair bit worse. The tar-like secretions can accelerate the passage of time on contact, it seems.
We suspect she has dooms too.
And that when she's levitating, she's experiencing the nightmares common amongst sufferers.
That space or realm she left behind to come here. The fellow we saw called it Nirvana, I believe. But to me, it looked like the land of the dead.
Even so, she's a living human being. And I believe that she was born in that place. After things settled down, I spoke with her for a little. Or tried to. She was still in shock, which made it harder to communicate.
Did she tell you her name?
It doesn't seem like she has one. As far as I could tell. So, I named her myself. Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, huh?
Sam, it's Charlie. We've recently received a report of brigands engaging in suspicious activity to the west. And I'm sure you'd like to push on, but I don't think we can afford to ignore this. Please access the DHV Magellan's delivery terminal to undertake this main order.
Feels good.
Sam, the brick, this, and that, these, and there's, there, so, more, ain't, this, direct, any, it just, I.
Commencing route creation. Delivery route finalized.